NFC battle on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Right here, right here.
Check 4, check 4. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
29. Here we go. Let's go, V. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Watch the safety creep. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. 9 of them.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle there by George Odom. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Check 13. Check 13. Under 10. Under 10. 10. 59. 89. 9 is up.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Banagoo. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Lucky. 24. Hey, 31. Hey, 59.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 44 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A long way to go in this one. I'm sure that's not the only score we'll see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone wants to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
At their own 14-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Now Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Defense wins championships, baby.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he connects with Ertz. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion, motion.
This is Barkley. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line.
Check 49. Check 49. Monk's 56. Monk's 56. Hey, 31. You're not ready. You're not ready. Kill, kill, kill. Undercoach. Undercoach. I got it. I got motion. I got motion. Time to go.
Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Set. 19. Stick at the mic. Here we go. All day. Defense. All day. All day. Deuce, deuce. Deuce, deuce. Hey. Time to go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 50. Alert. Right there. 50.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 28 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former star at the University of Buffalo, Khalil Mack, showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Second and 14. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
A gain of 42 yards on the play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 27. These two teams all tied after 1. Now Gordon on 1st down. Down right around the 25. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Martavis Bryant there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
56. Mike, 56. 56. Six guys. Check 64.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
24. Shit. Go. Mike 56. Mike 56. I got one. 26. Alert 3.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
36, 36. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. 22, check, over. 22, check, over.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. We own them. We own them.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He'll get this complete to Batson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
First down, Raiders.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the kick by Rosas is good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken short.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Once more. 53. 53. Mike.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going underneath for Gordon. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Rosas now to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Raiders 24, Bills 14. Albert Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Kill. 24. Switch it.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Safety's gripping. Shift. Check three.
To the air yet again, Watson. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Barkley, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll run with Barkley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Out, 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 out. 56. Mike, 56, right? 55. 6. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Burns. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Check. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike, 53. 54.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
At their own 14-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Watson now operating from the gun. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Check the hot read.
24's down, he's coming.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Rush in. Rush in.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I'm on.
Go.
Back to throw here. Going deep here for Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Jim, switch.
They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From just shy of midfield, Watson completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Watson. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be taken short.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Take swing. Swing. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go. Check 24. Check 24.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
53 is the mic. Hey, pick your game up. Mike, 53.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. First down, Gordon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
53, check 53.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Check.
Check. 53's mine. Go. Check. 53's mine.
They're not ready for this, man.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
They'll look to throw. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown.